I'll record. Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Hi.
Happy Thursday. No, Wednesday. Thursday. I'm ahead of myself. Um, well, for those, I don't know a lot of you, so I guess I'll introduce myself first. But my name is Kimberly Wilcox. I am much more of a hot mess than I am on my profile picture on Facebook. And I always have laundry on my couch. If I don't, something's wrong. But I'm so excited for all the energy in the group, and you guys are doing great. And tonight we're just gonna definitely open to questions. So please get on the chat if we want to talk. And I know we'll get Jennifer in here to jump in and talk as well. But we want to focus on inviting to your dream team, what that looks like, just kind of what we've been talking about this week about the, financial needs, the social aspect, the accountability aspect, like what would make a good coach. But at the same time, I don't want you guys to overthink it. Like, they certainly don't need to be all three. And sometimes you look at that list and you're like, I don't know if there are any of those. Maybe you really don't know their financial situation, or you don't have like what gym they are pegged, or, when I was invited to be a coach, it was strictly for the discount. And you hear that a lot. So you really don't know what discount coaches are going to turn into as well. I don't think like necessarily presenting it as like, hey, do this, get a discount, unless they're military, it's just kind of a no-brainer. But, I built to diamond pretty quickly doing that, and then I lost diamond pretty quickly and stayed back at emerald for quite a while until I built a stronger team that, wanted to do what I was doing. But that being said, like, I was a discount coach for, a quick second, and then I realized the opportunity and what I could do with it, and that I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the people, and I enjoyed the community. I enjoyed this sort of thing and meeting new people and getting to know people, even though we might live far apart. Like, I just have a relationship with Jennifer. I have a good relationship with Megan. I have an awesome relationship with Kessa. Carmen, I have a great relationship with, and we've never even met in person. So, but I feel like close to these people. So that's one of the things, the community, that I really enjoy. And a perfect example is I just connected with a stranger from my like page recently, and about the coaching opportunity. And I asked her, my first question was, what appealed to you in the ad, basically, like what I was asking for, like help wanted, cute about coaching. And the first thing she said is, she says, I really like the idea of being a part of a group, like being a part of something, like, she needed a group. So, that's definitely a legitimate need. When I have people like for the financial need that say, I'll lead right in with that. Like early on, guys, when people give me the objection that they can't afford Shakeology, or it's not in the budget, like I dive into that. I'm like, girl, I don't know your financial situation. Like, I'm sorry to hear that. But like, would you ever consider doing what I do to make extra money? Like, if things are tight, like, would you like an opportunity to like make them untight, like to loosen the belt a little? Like, and that just plants a seed. That gets the conversation going, because they might not be at their goal weight, but either am I, either is a lot of my team. Like, that doesn't keep you from being a kick butt coach. It really doesn't have anything to do with it. I was just saying on my team call that 80% of success is just showing up. And that's what you're doing tonight, is you're showing up, you're in the group, you're active, like you are on your way to be successful, because it's just as easy not to show up. It's just as easy not to push play, not make your shake, not read your 10 minutes of personal development, and to not send those invites. Like, it's just as easy not to do them as it is to do them. But so many people don't do them. They just do not show up daily and consistently, and therefore they're not successful. But I would say one more thing, and I'm going to see if Jennifer wants to say anything about this. But we were talking about our dream team briefly with my team as well, and how when you're making those lists, like, I don't know how long everyone's been coaching, obviously, exactly, but when you're making the list of your dream team, like, I'm just here to tell you, most of those people probably won't sign up. And it's okay. Like, they're on your dream team. Some of them are probably like been your friends for a long time, or this girl that's like this amazing yoga, instructor. I have 2 of those on my list. Like, they might never do it. Like, I'll keep asking or keep planting seeds or keep talking about it. But there's really, I'm trying to think if there's anyone on my team that was like on my dream team when I did the same exercise. And I really don't think there is. Like, and the one that did join as a coach, and I was like, yes, I've been waiting for this. She's going to be great. She's going to rock it. Like, no good, not good. Like, didn't show up, didn't participate, didn't do the vitals. So she couldn't be successful, as opposed to some of my challengers that, are really on their journey, but they're awesome challengers. They're rocking it, and they make good coaches because they share their journey and they share with people, and they're authentic, and they aren't cared about what people think about them. They just love the product. They love what they're doing. They love the community, and that keeps them going. So it's okay if those people don't sign up. That's not a reason to quit. If you invite 10 people on your dream team list and they all say no, don't throw in the towel. Like, that's just part of the process. Like, they just have to watch you longer and see if it's for them. All right, Jennifer, you want to say something on that?
Yeah, can we mute? I can't do it on my end. Can you
I'll
mute
do it.
Yeah, it's echoing really bad. Okay, hopefully I can add some value here. It's been a little while since I was new, but I definitely did that dream team list like you guys, and I wish I still had it because, yeah, she's right. A lot of them are not going to say yes. But the good thing is it really is about you putting this business in front of more people. So it's really a numbers game. Like, I don't know the statistics, but I've heard it at one point where it literally talks about, a certain percentage of people are going to say yes, and a certain percentage of the people that say yes are going to actually build. So the more that you put this business in front of people, the faster you're going to go. So you have to determine how fast you want to go. I mean, none of us are going to push you to go fast. I think it took me a year to get to Diamond, and then it took me another year to get my husband to Diamond. But I just slowly kept showing up. Like what Kimberly was saying is like, it's a job. If you didn't go to your job, you wouldn't get paid, right? Like, so you can't just work sometimes and expect to get, I mean, I guess with this business, you can decide your schedule. But really, I challenge you guys to be consistent, show up every day. You can take the weekend off or whatever you want to do, but show up consistently and get those coach shares out there. Because like, I know from the beginning I vomited Beachbody. Like, I would be like, hey, have you ever considered becoming a coach? Blah, 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 blah. And I told them everything. And now I literally will lead with, hey, have you ever considered learning more about what I do? And you're just opening that door. You just keep it short. You're opening that door. They're probably going to say, I don't even know what you do. Mm-hmm. And you can just start talking to them. Gosh, I don't even know how I would lead into that. Usually I would invite them to a webinar, like if you have a business opportunity webinar to invite them to, or I would share, there's a YouTube video called, I can actually share it in the team page, but it's like one that I was sharing early on. Now I get on the phone with them and I just talk to them, okay, like, what are your needs? Like what she's saying, just find out do they have a financial need? Do they want to be a part of something? And I don't tell them everything about the business. I don't tell them how we run the groups. I don't tell them how they're going to make every single little penny. I just kind of like give them a little bit of information, but I'm looking for the need. I'm looking for how can this fill that need? So I guess basically it's just putting that in front of people and not getting them to say yes, but just planting that seed. Because a lot of them are not going to say yes right away. So you're going to put it out there. And then what happens is now, just like a challenger, they're watching you. They're watching what you're doing. They're watching you go on trips. They're watching you, buy a new car or pay off debt or whatever it is. So they're watching you and they're seeing that it's legit, that you're not quitting. Because a lot of them, that especially if they're close to you, they don't trust that you're gonna like stick with it. Like, I know that was true for me. I've had people watch me for 2 years and then come in. I mean, I didn't even invite them again. They just came back in and they're like, I'm ready now. Like, and then they go. So you just have to plant those seeds, make those lists, and keep inviting. Even if that's 2 people a week, you've got to be sharing the business with people. especially current challengers. So if you're hitting Success Club, that's really how your business is going to grow, because they're naturally going to become coaches out of that. But you have to share that. You have to say, hey, I know you're loving Shakeology. Have you ever considered learning more about what I do as a coach? I think you would be great at it. So anyway, that was long-winded, but that's my 2 cents.
No, I think that's perfect. And like, I don't know if you guys are doing that. Like that's the perfect place to start inviting coaching is your challengers. Like dig in with those people, be faithful with the little things. So if you have one challenger, wrap your arms around that challenger, make sure that that challenger is getting as much attention that you can provide them. And when they see results and they see success, it's just natural to want to do it, to help someone else. I have so many people that have said, like, started as coaches and said, like, if I could just help one person, like, lose 20, 30, 40 pounds, like I have, like, I would feel really, really good about myself. And so that's what they start with. Like, that's the goal that they start with, is to help one person. Maybe that's where you started. But once you start, you do that, you're going to be given more. You're going to be given more challengers to take on. And that's a perfect place to ask people to join your team. So we are going to have a coaching at a glance for the team, like all of us together, that you can start inviting to. You know, I know we have separate teams in here, and if you want to do something else or whatever, but there is an option for you to invite to a coaching at a glance starting on September 21st. And so I would encourage you to start getting those invites out for that, and do it just like you invite to challenge groups. Make a list, guys, and mark it off, like, and realize that it's a numbers situation, numbers game. Like she said, like, or Jennifer said, it's not invite 15 people say yes, I'll be in coaching at a glance, and 15 people sign up to coach. Like, no, it doesn't really work that way. So like, we want to invite a lot of people. So how about 30? How about we invite 30 people to coaching at a glance? And if we can get a third of them in there, like 10 of them in there, that would be great, because I think if you get them exposed and you interact with them, that we can get 1 or 2 of those to actually sign up. If it's just one, it's just one. If it's none, it's none. But it's not for lack of trying. Like, it's not for lack of showing up and sending out the invites and starting to plant the seeds. Because just like with challengers, there's so many people that are going to say no the first time. I've had people sit through coaching at a glances multiple times, or sit through webinars multiple times, or like, can I see that again? Or can we talk about this more? Because they have to be absolutely sure. And that's fine. Like, that's just part of the process that we have to be prepared for. But let's just talk for a minute, and if anyone has any questions specifically, if it's not related to this, that's fine, like anything you want to talk about. But just briefly, like, the importance of growing your team. Like, yes, it's going to help you get to diamond, but that, I mean, that's just a rank, like, whatever. The importance of growing your team is to make more money and to make more income. And you are going to make so much more money. It's not all about money, but you're going to make more money. You're going to impact more lives. You're going to have more of a reach if you build your team. Because what I want you to do is, I want, you know, Carmen here to invite that many people to coaching at a glance, so I can get them in front of me and other leaders and her and our team, and see this group of people and see this energy and feed off of each other. And I want her to sign up Sally and bring her on to Team Ignite. But then I want Carmen to teach Sally all the things that we are talking about right here, so that Sally can go out and invite 30 people and get someone. Because when you start to have that kind of reach, and you start to see your team grow on multiple levels, like, your cycle bonus is going to explode. Like, that is where you're going to make an income. Because, you know, as my team has grown, I've, you know, I'm not trying to kill it, like make $1 million in a year or whatever, but, you know, like, I have actually been able to, like, kind of back off my Success Club points and the amount of challengers I work with, and focus more on my team, because they're doing so much, and I'm helping their challengers and I'm helping their coaches, but that's bringing in so much more income than selling a challenge pack. So it takes that, as you build your team and you build the deepness and you equip other people to teach people what we're teaching you. Like, that's the key. You can't just take this, learn it, do it. Now you have to equip the next person to do it, because that's just going to make your team that much stronger and that much more rewarding for you, like as a leader and as probably the income you want to make. Like, obviously I don't know everyone's goals, but I imagine you want to make some money. Nice. Right.
Yeah, I thought of something really quick. I know this is kind of going a little bit ahead, but as they're adding new coaches, it's really important to talk to those new coaches. So as you're building to Diamond, you really need to engage, even if they say that they want to be a discount coach, to, you know, add them to the team page, try to get them involved and upgraded. Like, you want them more involved with you so that they're more engaged with the team. I just listened to a call today. It was, I think it was from 3 weeks ago, the Christina Delgado National Wake Up Call. So I would take a listen to that, and it's really true. I know, like, as a new coach or newer coach, you know, we're scared to get on the phone, like to do that getting started right call, because we don't know what to say. We don't know what we're doing. But really, that's the only way that you're going to learn. So you just have to do it. Like, just talk to them. You know more than they do. So you're just kind of guiding them. But I thought that call was really good. I listened to that again today, and it made me think of you guys. And because you can't get to Diamond if you've got, like, if your coaches are going inactive. So if you build on discount coaches, it's going to get you there, but it's a crack Diamond. You know, it's going to totally fall apart. And you know, there are still times where I reach out to clients and I ask them to be a discount coach to get to, like, a next rank. But the majority of my team is not discount coaches, if that makes sense. So I'm not saying, like, don't push, like, so that you can get where you want to go, but don't build your entire network on that, or it's stressful and it's no fun for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I have plenty of discount coaches, guys, because really, honestly, if I have a challenger drinking Shakeology for a couple of months, like, I feel like they deserve a discount. Like, I'm like, you know, would you like to save $30 and do this? And some of them, like, end up selling challenge packs. Like, I had a girl that's been a discount coach for a while, and her friend saw her drinking it and wants to drink it, and so bought something. And it was a no pressure sale. And that's exactly how I started out. Like, my neighbor saw me getting results and wanted to do it, and I sold her a challenge pack. And it took that one sale for me to click and get my paycheck in the mail, because no one told me to sign up, you know, my EFT or whatever. And I was like, holy crap, I can get $50 for just, like, telling people what I'm doing. Because I was just like, oh, I'm doing Brazilian butt lift and I'm drinking this shake and it's pretty cool. I want to do it with me. Like, that's how laid back it was. And she was one of my first coaches. I'm like, well, like, after she saw results, she lost 20 pounds. And I was like, well, I signed up to get this discount on the shake. So if you want to continue the shakes, and she's still a coach on my team. She's a discount coach. She's never really done anything. She'll come in and out and sell some stuff every once in a while, but, you know, like, a lot of them will stay around for a long time. But so that's definitely a way too. Is there any, like, questions that you guys have about anything that we've talked about, or can be totally unrelated, or anything you're struggling with, or anything you want to bring up while you have us? Or do you just want to go to bed? Nothing? So quiet. Okay. They got it all figured out. They just got to go invite. I know that, you know, we were talking about this on my last call real quick, just about ego and, you know, what ego is. And if it ever is about you, like, if you don't want to send an invite because it makes you uncomfortable, or it makes, you know, you're nervous what people are going to think about you, or, you know, if it ever comes back to your feelings, like, that is your ego. That's what ego is. It's, you know, fear of rejection and boastfulness and, you know, self-righteousness and like 10 million other things. But when that's the case, like, you truly are holding people's future captive in your mouth. Like, you are holding something back that could be really big for them, because you never know when you're going to invite Kimberly Wilcox to be a discount coach, and she's going to turn it into a full-time income. And you never know when you're going to invite Jennifer Wood, and she's like, I got this, I'm doing this. And you never know when you're going to invite Kessa. And, you know, it took Kessa a lot of personal development to get to where she's at, but that's what she needed. She didn't need a huge income. She didn't need, you know, necessarily fitness and nutrition help. Like, she was on that. She enjoyed that, but she needed personal development, and she needed a community and a family. And that's what Beachbody provided her. So you never know what you are going to do for someone by inviting them. And all I can say is, if you do have people judge you or don't want to do it or think this or that, or ever have someone be ugly to you, which I haven't, and these, you know, I really haven't, but you don't want to be friends with those people anyways, guys. Like, who wants to be friends with those people? You want to be friends with positive people that bring light and energy and oxygen into your life. And you're sitting on a call with 17 of them, 16 of them. But I mean, that's who you want to surround yourself with. And if other people don't see that yet, that's okay. You just have to keep sharing what you're doing on social media. You have to keep inviting, and you have to, all this comes from the personal development we were talking about today. Like, I know a lot of you are like, I struggle with this, but like Jennifer said, it's just 10 minutes, and it's amazing what it will do for your business. Because, you know, even if you take a couple days off a week, you're still getting in a solid hour of something that's going to help you grow as a person. And I hear it over and over again, and I truly believe it, is that your business is not going to grow past what you grow personally. So if you are not waking up and growing as a person every day or every week or every month, or you look back at the beginning of September, at the end of September, and you haven't made some changes, like some of you might be on the John Maxwell calls, like, so all month, if you're like, what we talked about last month was emotionally strong people, and listening to the call, I was like, oh, I got this. I'm good at this. Like, I take risk. I let things, you know, I don't, you know, dwell in things for more than 24 hours. But the more that I focused on it all month, I'm like, crap, I'm a hot mess. Like, I need to work on this. Like, I'm noticing more when things bother me, or I'm noticing things more when, and I can't think of all of them off the top of my head now, but it just it makes you grow as a person, like whatever you're reading and whatever you're listening to, and it makes you stop and think. And you can do that in 10 minutes a day, but it is a vital for a reason. Like, it's not a vital, like they just throw in there, like, oh, this will be fun. Like, just make them read something or listen to the National Wake Up Call. And that counts, guys. Listening to the National Wake Up Call counts. Put podcasts on your phone and listen to them while you're in the shower. Or, you know, get your books on Audible, or get some CDs from Danny Johnson or whoever you like to listen to. Tons of ideas out there. But, and not everything you pick up you're going to love. It's okay to put it down. Like, it's not like you're in book club and we have to discuss it when you're done. Like, well, sometimes we ask you to read books, but they're usually good ones. But I've picked up books and I just don't get into them. Like, I just can't. I'm like, I'm just not feeling this. And then I pick up like You Are a Badass, and I read it like in 2 days. I was like, this is my jam. Like, I am a badass.
Still made
book. I know, right? So, and some people read it and didn't like it. Like, I was in groups and people were like, oh, this is awful, like the language. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. Sorry. Like, I'm like, that's what I'm thinking though. But no, I mean, it just wasn't for everyone. Like, and I think a lot of people listen to it on audio, and I think it comes off different in audio because you're like hearing the language rather than reading it. So maybe that, I don't know. But I got to hear the author speak in person at the Super Saturday in Maryland last Super Saturday, and she was awesome. Like, she was amazing. And she was like 10 times more beautiful than I thought she was going to be based on what I've like seen. Anyways, I'm getting on a tangent. Really like that book.
I was going to get on that too. We got some questions.
Okay, good.
Okay. Do you want me to read them?
Yeah. Well, here, Carmen, go ahead. When and how often should you follow up with someone if they never respond for coaching advice? I sent the webinar to a few people yesterday after they said they wanted to find out more. I don't want to push, but just don't know when I should follow up. And how do you add someone as a coach if she's already on Shakeology Home Direct? Okay, so Carmen, if they haven't followed up after the webinar, like, I don't know if you can unmute yourself if you want, but did you like send anything saying, hey, did you get a chance to watch it? Like, what did you like best about it? Or did you have any questions? I wouldn't never say like concerns, guys. Like when you ask for concerns, like you're going to get concerns. So I asked what people liked best, and I asked if they had any questions.
No, I sent it telling them, let me know after you watch it for some people. For other people, or for 2 people, I said, I followed up with them, I think a day after I sent, and said, so did you get a chance to watch it yet? What did you think? And still nothing from anybody. And it was the webinar that Summer and Chad did.
Okay. I would just give it a couple of days and probably follow up again, or just say, hey, girl, just let I'm here to answer any questions. And if this didn't cover something you want to talk about, or if you want to jump on the phone and talk about it more, like sometimes it's just getting people on the phone. And that's somewhere where I struggle, like, because I'm like, can I just do all this, like spend my life on Messenger? But sometimes you have to get on the phone and really talk through them, because you can't like kind of convey emotions or kind of get to the root of the issues or what their need is or what's holding them back necessarily on Messenger. So but don't be scared to keep following up with that. Like, and if they don't respond again, like, just give them a break for a little bit, or do the same thing that we do with challengers and bring up something else, like lead the conversation in a different direction. It's amazing how people won't respond to you about a challenge pack, but you ask how the dog's doing and they write you like a novel. So
I have a few tips on that too. Something that I learned, and it'll take a little practice and it doesn't totally work, but and you can read about it a little bit more in GoPro, and Danny Johnson talks about it too in like her scripting. But when you just say like, here's the webinar, and you're basically chasing after them, because what happened is they didn't agree to watch it. So so here's what you should do is say, if I, will you? And so you're asking, if I send you a webinar, will you watch it? Then when they say, yeah, I'll watch it. Then you want to ask, okay, can you watch it tonight, or are you going to watch it tomorrow? You want them to agree with when they're going to watch it. It doesn't always work, but you're controlling the situation. Otherwise, I've done it the way you're talking many times, and I still do sometimes, and you're chasing them. You're constantly chasing them going, did you watch it? Did you watch it? Did you watch it? So if you can try to control that from the beginning, and basically they're agreeing, okay, I'll watch it tonight, or I'll watch it tomorrow. And then you say, okay, great. I'm going to call you at 8 o'clock, or I'm going to message you tonight and follow up with you and see what you liked about the video, or something like that. And again, it doesn't always work, but it works better than just sending it and then trying to chase after them.
Yeah.
So that
is a great tip. And go both those books. I remember them talking about that. Those are great tips.
And
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to answer the second one, but you probably know that one too. Okay, so how do you add someone who's a coach if they're already on Shakeology HD? I do this a lot. So if this is somebody who has been a recurring customer, like what Kim was saying, I'm just going to reach out and say, hey girl, like I know you're loving your Shakeology, and I just wanted to reach out to you and see if you would be willing to sign up as a coach. I'll even tell them, I'm trying to hit my next goal. It's going to actually help you save money. Basically you could sign up as a coach for $10 more like this month. So I'll say, you could buy Pio and Shakeology and sign up as a coach for $10 more than your Shakeology. And then next month, you're actually going to pay $97 instead of $130. So, would you, do this to help me out, or something like that? Like, I know that's probably horrible, but I do ask people, because it helps them, but it helps me too. So I'm kind of putting it on them. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Because most people aren't going to do it just to save $14. But if you say, like, I need you to do this for me, like you're helping me hit a goal, they're more likely to do that for you. So I don't always do that, but I'm saying, like, if you were trying to hit Emerald, I would ask, like, say, hey, I'm trying to hit my first goal. Would you be willing to do this for me? It's gonna help you. It's gonna help me. It's a win-win for everybody. It's really easy to do, and you just kind of have to walk them through it. So I don't know.
Janet, did that answer your question? Because I didn't know if you were asking like what they needed to do if they're already on Shakeology, or if you were just asking how she would ask.
No, yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I was asking.
Okay, good. Now, I've never done that, ever, what Jennifer said. So you do not have to do that if you do not want to do it. Like, that's just an example of, like, how you can have totally two different styles. Like, I have never asked someone to do it, like, to help me do a rank or anything. I have said, like, hey, are you interested in a discount? Like, which is leading with the discount, which I tried not to do as much. I just try not to lead with the discount. I just try to go with what you said earlier. Like, have you ever considered learning more about being a coach? And shockingly, like, people that you think are going to say, like, you're crazy, are like, yeah, I was actually, like, wondering, like, what it's all about, or how much does it cost, or, like, and we'll start the conversation. And it usually, I try to get people that are on Shakeology HD to cancel their Shakeology and buy a new challenge pack. But they can, if they have bought a challenge pack, they certainly can pay the $40 and then get refunded the $40 if they've already bought a challenge pack. But in most cases, I mean, that's just the best deal for them, is to cancel their Shakeology HD and to buy a new challenge pack, because you can get something like a 3-day refresh or PIO or, you know, on demand, whatever, for, you know, $10. So it's just kind of, and they can't buy challenge packs after they're a coach. So I kind of throw that in there. I'm like, you'll never get this deal again. Like, you're going to save on Shakeology, but you're never going to be able to get this deal again. So, but yeah, like, you don't have to ask, you don't have to say it that way if it makes you uncomfortable. You can still be successful. Like, I don't do that. Like, totally different style, which, like, I'm impressed. Like, it works for you. Doesn't work.
I'm really kind of nervous. It sounds cheesy, but I'm really trying to help them. But a lot of times they'll be like, oh, I don't want to do that for $14. So I don't always lead with, like, you're helping me. But if they're hesitant, I might throw that in there. It just depends on where I'm at. Like, you know, and because I know it's going to help them.
Yeah, and it just depends on the relationship, like, that you have with the person too, obviously. Like,
I wouldn't just reach out to anyone. This is like somebody that I've been working with.
I just don't want anyone to feel like, I just don't want you to, don't make it about you, like, make it about them. So it would just depend on the relationship for sure. Totally get you. I think everyone gets that.
Like, well, just like my first 2 coaches to get to Emerald were actually military. They were military. So I told them I was trying to hit my first goal, because I'm just I probably tell people way too much, but I would rather just put it out there and say, hey, this is what's going on. I'm trying, you know, it's going to help you. It's going to help me. And
you're super successful, girl. You're super successful, so it works. Like, absolutely. And military guys, it's a no-brainer. Like, they should be a coach. They save $30 a month or whatever it is. $30.
Yeah.
It's crazy not to. It's crazy. So I have military people that are paying full price, and I'm like, why are you not just sign up as a coach? Like, and I don't need them to advance in rank. They're not going to do anything for my business because they're not going to grow. So I just think they're crazy if they don't. Like, why would you not want to save $30 a month if you're going to drink this every month, right? So,
yes, totally.
Yeah. All right. Davey, I like that. I think people in my life want me to succeed. I got Success Club points doing that, not coaches yet. Yeah. So totally worked for Davey. Awesome. Like, help me out. Like, I mean, my mom and Matthew my husband were my first coaches. I didn't tell them they had to do it for me. I just signed them up, but same concept, right? I'm like, oh, and you're going to do this. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. And you know what? Like, I have close friends that I would have no problem being like, hey, could you buy a challenge bag this month? Like, I could do that if I needed to. I don't know if I could get them to coach for me, but you know, same thing. Like, I think that's great that you have people that want that for you and want you to succeed. Like, that's the type of people we need. So try it with coaches next. Tell us how it goes, Davey. All right. Anyone else have anything? Got 3 more minutes. I'm greasy.
No, I need a shower.
How's everyone doing regardless of, like, adding coaches, but just, like, with their invites and this month? I'm having a slow month so far, but that's okay. It's only the 9th. There's plenty of time, everyone.
It is weird. Usually September is like crazy. Last month was busier than usual.
Yeah, well, I heard that August and September are typically 2 of their slowest months for Beachbody, so I wouldn't be discouraged. But you guys just make sure that you wrote down the 21st for a coaching at a glance for us to start inviting to, so you can start inviting that now, and as soon as the group's open, we can start adding people to it. We can always open it early just to have a place to put people and start sharing. And then we're also going to discuss having a webinar to invite people to that same week as the coaching at a glance. I just don't want to give you an exact time or date for that yet in case it changes as we get closer. But we'll have a couple opportunities that you can invite people to plug into, whatever you want, and then something that you can share with people, like the recording. Like there's lots of webinars out there. It's kind of hard to decide like which one's the best to share. Just kind of depends on the group and the energy. But so that'll be a good opportunity for us all to invite to. And really with, I mean, how many people are in the group? Like almost 30 people. Well, with coaches, I mean, I'm going to be inviting to it too. So if we all got 10 people in there, we're going to have 300 people in there. Like that's a lot of people, but that's a lot of energy. Like that's really exciting when they see that many people in there that are interested in the opportunity. And it's kind of like there are going to be some personalities in there that are like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And, you know, like, look at all these people that are interested. I should get in now rather than 2 years from now. So, like, I think it's going to be a great group opportunity if we all pull together and aim to invite 30 people, try to get 10 people in the group. Now, if you invite 10 people and they all say yes, that is not a reason to stop inviting. Still invite 30 people. Go for no. Go for 20 no's. Go for 30 no's. Keep inviting, because if you have 10 people that say yes, then that's awesome, and you should invite 10 more so that they say yes too. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up and go to bed. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And I'll post a recording for anyone that missed it. But ask us anything you want.
All right.
All right. Night.
Thanks for showing up.